What's up, Internet? Dom Kirby here. I wanted to take just a minute to talk to you really again about Planner and how it integrates with Teams and To-Do and some of the other stuff across the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. I did a video on this a while back, but it was one of my first videos. It's not very well produced. Not that this one will be much better, but that's okay. I just want to sort of stress the topic and also show you some of the updates that maybe have come across. I think Planner is a great way to manage a team's day-to-day. It's also a great way to manage small projects. So I want to show you Planner and To-Do today. So let's dive right in. Here I have Teams on my demo tenant. So you'll notice I'm using web apps, and that's just to keep things simple for the purposes of filming. But we'll see here we're in a team, and the team's called Project X-Ray, right? Not a very creative fake name, but we're going to roll with it. And I've got a tab here called Team Tasks, and to add that, I just hit the plus sign, and it's Tasks by Planner and To-Do, right? So I've got my team tasks here, and I've created a new plan, and I've put some tasks in there for the team, right? So these are all members of this team. I've got Matt and Jake and Forrest in here, and we're just kind of pretending that as part of Project X-Ray, we've got some marketing tasks, we've got some development tasks, we've got some cybersecurity tasks. Can't have Matt without cybersecurity tasks. And we've got it all kind of built together here in these buckets, right? So if we can pretend that I'm sort of the people leader or the project manager of this team, it's my job to sort of capture all the to-dos and actionable items and stick them in Planner, assign them to people, and set due dates and those kind of things. And I'm categorizing them here. I've got this one, labels, multimedia. So let's dive into some of these tasks. So this is sort of the most filled out task in the bunch. So you can see if I click on the task, I've got these labels, which I'm a huge fan of. I use these a lot for different small projects I'm working with and color code things. And I can start to see at a glance what things matter where, right? Of course, I can set the bucket. I can do an in-progress status, which is nice. I can prioritize something. So if something really needs to happen, I can make it all the way up to urgent if I want. I can do a sub-checklist of items. I can add attachments. And I think one of my favorite things is I can add an attachment that's a team file. Instead of attaching it directly into this task, it can be a SharePoint file, which is huge because then I just click it and it opens in SharePoint, and then we can co-author it together, right? Or a link to URL. So maybe if it's in a SharePoint site that's not our team site, I can just copy the link and drop it in there, or even something like a Dropbox, right? And then I can comment on the task. So we can have a thread of comments on the task. Information is all tracked in one spot. And then notes. So if I need a description of the task, right? And then I can also change what you see on this board here on a task by task basis, which I'm a fan of. So if we kind of keep going, you can see I've got them assigned to different buckets. You can use these buckets however you want. I've seen them used in more of a Kanban style. I just tend to use them in sort of an overarching category style for me personally. But then we have different views here, right? So I can see a schedule. So this technical implementation project plan, if we pull up this task, I've actually set a start and a due date. And because of that, it has a duration. So that duration shows up here on the calendar. And then I've got different tasks. I think I maybe put too many due on the 30th, but if I can blow up the 30th here, we'll see we have 3 tasks that are due on the 30th. And I have 1 task due on December 10th. So there's a lot of cool functionality here. Now, if we make another one and we don't assign it, so we're going to say review technical plans, right? I'm going to create it. And you'll notice I only filled out the title, which is totally fine. I can click here, and we're going to say if they're due the 30th, I want them reviewed by the 6th, right? And this is an important one. We need to make sure it gets done. So we have all this different sort of functionality here, right? Now, one thing that I want to show you is if I don't set a due date, all right, and I go back to my schedule, it's going to show up over here as a unscheduled task. And if I want that done on the 6th, bloop, we can just sort of drop it on the calendar, which I'm a huge fan of. We can also look at it weekly. So it's like a PM or a people leader. This is an awesome way to see a calendar view. Of course, we've got charts. So charts really just show statistics from the lifetime of this plan, right? Which I'm another huge fan of this one, right? Because as a team, we can see all the different things we've knocked out, what's in progress, is anything running behind. It's great for stand-ups. And then we do have a list view. So if you're a table person, it's all here for you if you'd like that as well. So for this view, I find this view is talking to teams and sort of coaching people on using Planner. I find this view most powerful for the people leader or the project manager, whoever's in charge of all the tasks. I also find this useful for something like a stand-up where the team needs to look at all the tasks together. We can say, hey, go to the planner board. We're going to work through the tasks. So that's a pretty neat feature. But as an individual contributor, or someone charged with sort of working through these tasks, right? I can go to do, and I'm a big fan of to do. So I'm going to look at this assigned to me section. Okay, this assigned to me section in to do just shows me all the different planner tasks that might be assigned to me. So we'll say this is a team task because that is the name of the plan I created. And it's got my due date. It's got all the information. I can open that task directly in Teams. And it is faster when you use the Teams desktop client. The web app can slow you down a bit, but that's going to take me into the task within Teams. And then I can check it off if I'm done, and that'll check it off on the plan. But just like any other task I create to do, I've added it to my day if I need to, right? So I have a task that I made in to do right here, and I have my planner task here. It'll also pull in my flagged email, which I'm a pretty big fan of. I use this a lot personally, so I'll flag an email, it adds it to my to do, and then I'll trickle it up into my day. I'm a real heavy user of to do. So being able to pull in flagged email that are actionable, pull in planner tasks that are assigned to me that are actionable, and then be able to see them in one spot as I'm working, right? So I would say this is for collaboration on the task, and this is for just keeping track of what I need to get done as an individual. And then finally, of course, all of this rolls into Planner. So Planner does have its own web app, and it has mobile apps for iOS and Android. Very powerful, so I can track the team's tasks wherever I am. So I hope this helps. I'm a huge fan of this set of tools. I definitely encourage you to sort of coach people to use it or start using it yourself. Try it out, see what you can do. Thanks, and we'll talk to you next time.